says. I'm going to show y'all how, at least I feel, is a perfect stance on a Blackwing. So I have always had the 13 millimeter spacers up front. So these Apex wheels, unfortunately, are the exact same size as the original Blackwing. So they're 19 by 10 with a 20 millimeter ET20, so a 20 millimeter offset. But they always sat too far in for me. So the 13 millimeter spacer gets me to come out some more. But it gives you that nice little poke down here. So you have that nice little poke there, but on top with the 2 degrees of camber, it clears up top, so I never have any issue with it rubbing. I've taken it to the track, I've taken it to Tail of the Dragon, never had any issue with rubbing. But what I'm actually doing today is that 8 millimeter spacer is nice and silver. And these two spacers combined do not have the concentric ring like these do. So I got this one, which is exactly 13 millimeters like the car has right now off Z01 add-ons, but it came silver. So I painted it, as you can see, with the green etching paint. But I sanded all this down, so it should stick here very well. But I figure a rock or anything that hits that is really gonna chip this. So over time, this will probably start showing it silver. So I bought these off Amazon. So these are actually already painted black, so they should be okay. It's got these nice little vents that they say are gonna do something. I highly doubt that does a damn thing. But these have the concentric ring also, and it's already painted. So I'm gonna go with these first. Lose 1 millimeter of offset, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So that's what I'm doing for the front. Now the rear, on the other hand, Apex did have the size that fits perfect for this. So this is an 11 and a half, so 19 by 11 and a half with a 48 millimeter offset. So ET48. So they had these on the website. It has the perfect center bore, so I don't have any spacer in there. It also clears the rotors and it fits in there perfect. So the other thing I had to do for this was wherever it's at, there it is, it's upside down, but you see it, had to go wider. So this was a 305 factory, but now it's a 315. So the other great thing about the Apex forged rims is the factory rims, I think, are 28 and a half pounds each. The Apex rims, I believe the front is 20. I'll put the notes in the comments, but I think they're 20 up front and 21 or 22 in the rear. So you're losing damn near 10 pounds per corner in the front and like 8 or 9 pounds in the rear. So that's a lot of unsprung rotational mass that you're losing. So it helps you with how bumps feel, how the car feels just dynamically. It's kind of cool. And then also forged rims are stronger and they just look a whole lot better. So this stance, at least how I feel about it, maybe I'll get a video of this outside after I get these spacers on. It's just perfect. Like, it's just really good. So I'm gonna do some more videos of this stance and talk and probably waste y'all's time. I'll put a marker where you can just go to the next section. It's not gonna be much in this video anyway, because all I'm doing is spacers, which are super easy. But this stance is perfect. I've never had any rubbing issues, never had any of that, but it just sits so nicely. So at least from my personal opinion, this is the best way to set up a Blackwing. Some people might want 20s. I've heard people trying to do 22s. For me, for an aggressive, sporty looking stance, this is just perfection. So somebody had commented in my old other video for the Blackwing of what my setup was. So I figured I'd do this video to get that out there and have other people understand what I did for my setup. So yeah, it is beautiful. Kind of like it. Okay, got the car in the air. As you can see, I always put a damn jack stand under there. It's kind of low, so if this really fails, it's gonna damage some stuff, but it's not gonna fall all the way to the ground. So that'll be okay, hopefully. I could raise it up further and get that up higher, but meh, it is what it is. But the main thing I want to show y'all is the two spacers that are on here. So this spacer I actually got from Apex when I first got the car. This spacer I got from Amazon, but there's no concentric ring. So the ring that comes on the car, the actual center bore, is not out onto the rim. So we're gonna take these off and put the new ones on. So as I mentioned, this one is 13 millimeters, so it's exactly the same. This one is 12, so it's a little bit lower, 1 millimeter lower. So a little bit different, but this concentric ring should be the same between both of them. So, well, it is not, because that does not fit in there. So Amazon, you gotta love it. It doesn't work. So that's not going on the car today. I'm gonna send that one back. Woohoo, that sucks. But, okay, well, I'm glad this one fits. So this is the one I got from Z01 add-ons. That's the bad thing. This says it fits the damn car. Anyways, that center bore is wrong. It looked kind of off to me, but we're going to be going with the 13 millimeter then. So hopefully this doesn't chip up and get beat up. But that, as I put it on here, does this. Now I have a center bore for the rim to sit on. So that's supposed to help center the rim and all other types of goodness. The main reason I did this is because the Skyline, I'll show that in the next one, but the Wed Sports the center cap sits on this side, so it actually needs that center bore to actually sit properly. Right now, the front rim on the Skyline actually kind of has a little tingle in its front center cap. So, you know, this one, I got it on there, so now I don't have to take the spacer off when I race. The other thing you have to do if you're gonna do spacers this big, get yourself some different lugs. I have a video I should make on putting these studs in here. I said lugs with studs. And I'll put the part number for the studs in the video, and I'll put it in the next video whenever I make that. But you do not have to take off. I'll put the video together, but studs aren't that hard. You will have to move some stuff, but it's not that hard. But yeah, definitely do extended studs if we're going to do a spacer, definitely a spacer bigger than like 5 millimeters. All right, to show the difference in the center bore, and also this is one of the lugs off the Skyline. I'm changing those also to get rid of all this rust on there, but to show the difference in the center bore. So this one is 66. So that is what your center bore is on a Blackwing, 66.8, so pretty much 67 millimeters. This one is 70 something, but it said it fit on Amazon, and I did notice that this looked a lot bigger, but I thought it was because this lip is so much smaller and this lip is beefy. But actually, no, it's about 4 millimeters of difference. So yeah, this is not gonna fit. I'm gonna send that back to Amazon, get my money back. But this one does fit, so we're gonna leave that on the car, and hopefully it doesn't get all chipped up and beat up, because I do like the fact that this is black, hence me painting it. So hopefully it stays that color. With that, the spacer's in there, and it fits really nice. You can barely notice it's in there because it's black on black now. So the hub of the caliper is black, so that's black, and then it's the rim. So it doesn't really look as noticeable as when I had that silver one in there. Another quick thing I want to do a video of is these are titanium lug nuts. They're a lot lighter, but the main reason I did them, well, I mean, also the lightness is like, I think less than a pound when all the steel ones are a pound or more. Anyways, but the main reason I did them is because steel will rust over time. So these rust. So when I do track, I have 4 extra, what's it called? Titanium lugs. So whenever I track it, I put those on there and take this locking lug on there. But when I'm driving around town, I put the locking lug back on just so nobody steals my damn rims, which, you know, somebody could still get them off here. We'll have to be real. But anyways, I just want to show that the titanium lugs, but looks really good now. I am happy with that. Let's get this on the ground. A quick video of how the spacer looks on the car. You can actually see the hub, the center bore of the hub actually matches up perfectly to the back of this spacer. So the Z01 spacer is very good quality. I just didn't like the fact it wasn't black. But hopefully this stays black. I mean, not very many rocks or anything should get in this area, but I really like the black on black look because now it's not as noticeable. I guess I should do a video of the final product. The car is sitting a little high right now, of course, because it just got lifted. So it's got to resettle, but it's on there. And I've got that nice little poke that I like out of the front, right past that canter or whatever that is on the side. I don't know what that thing is called. I forgot the name. But anyways, and then it tucks in right there up top. And it is black in there now, so you don't even see the spacer as much. So you got to know it's in there to see it. It's the whole goal of doing this. So gotta love it. And then the rear tire, it's got the little bit of poke out there. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Look at that poke. Look at that. So sexy. And right up top in the rear, it's flush because, you know, I don't have to turn the top or the rear. So it doesn't matter if the back is flush. But the front, if it was flush, I'd be scared of, on a turn, eating the top of this, the top of the fender. So with it, you know, the 2 degrees of camber, which actually my camber is in right now, but that's probably because me lifting the car up, because this definitely is not 2 degrees in. But 2 degrees of negative camber up front, that's what the track alignment calls for. Gives me that nice clearance up top. But yeah, I love this stance. I don't know about everybody else, but this looks aggressive and nice and sporty for this big ass car. It's damn near, you know, what is it, 3,600 pounds? It's not light, but hey, this looks good. So since I was doing this on the Blackwing, I decided to bring Godzuki in and do the same thing. So I had these sit inside. They're actually the first wheel spacers I got off Amazon. And the concentric ring in the center actually fits. So the Wed Sport center cap actually sits on that center ring. So this is actually a lot more snug than what I'll show you on the other side. And the other thing I just did is put these titanium lugs in here. So with it being titanium, this doesn't rust. As you'll see on the other side, I've got rust everywhere. Every time I wash the car, these steel lugs actually rust really bad. So I get rust everywhere. It's like just little you just got to wipe it off with your hand. But after this dries, when I drive, it just slings rust everywhere. So I'll replace these with titanium. And this is why I've got to replace this, because this is just slapping in the wind, because it doesn't have the concentric ring that this center cap has. Or not center cap, but wheel spacer. So, and it'll also get rid of this bright silver wheel spacer in there. So it'll be a lot less noticeable that there's a spacer there. So let's get this knocked out.